When you're in the entertainment business, it doesn't matter how young or old you start, you're in it for life. And this next guest can verify that for sure. Captain Morgan, or Joe Morgan, as many of your friends call you.
Only call me anything but late for supper.
You've been around this business for a long time.
Yes, it was 1958. That's when I first started playing rock and roll.
Because you've been in the business so long, do you notice a huge change in the last 25 years in the country music field? And if so, how has it changed, and how do you think it's going to progress from here?
I don't know. In our field, in the country, I'm strictly now in the country field, but it's changed from the old days of Hank Williams, was one of our, I don't know, I guess his music will never die. Everybody's been doing it, and but it was all simple music. Now they're getting into electronics of it, and it's getting more complicated, more chords. You got to sit down with a song, and you really have to work on it, and that's what it is today, because it's really complicated today. It's not 3 chords anymore like we used to play. Been around the same as I have in the business, and
not near as long.
No, I've been through the mill, like the rest of them.
Been through the mill. Yeah. Men of the Deep, we were going to get you to sing that in the water, but you've talked us out of that. But that song, is that a song of experience?
Yes, well, it's about the coal miners of where I'm from. I'm an ex-coal miner. I was in the mines, and most of the men have their own, it's a group now, it's about 18 men that are ex-coal miners, and they have their own band, and that's what they call themselves, Men of the Deep. So I wrote it as a tribute to them.
In the early morning hours, as they waken from their sleep, a whistle sounds to tell them that it's time to go once again to a shaft so dark and deep. These are the men of the deep, a loving family that will wait and help the neighbors keep the faith till their men come home once again. United in spirit and soul for the men who dig that coal, 'cause these are the men of the deep. A pick and shovel in their hands and a hard hat on their head, a light that will help them find their way down a shaft so dark and cold to blast and dig that coal. These are the men of the deep, a loving family that will wait and help their neighbors keep the faith till their men come home once again. United in spirit and soul for the men who dig that coal. These are the men of the deep. Till their men come home once again. United in spirit and soul for the men who dig that coal. These are the men, these are the men, these are the men of the deep.
Do you enjoy doing the stuff that you write, or of course you do, but compared to the stuff that is standard tunes, because of the length of time you've been in the business, you've done a lot of standard tunes. And do you find that, or writing your own, or performing your own material is more exciting or more fulfilling?
Well, I go back and forth. I gotta like music, like I pick my own music to do that I like doing, and that's why if you come to see our show out at Schooner, it's a lot different. It's a variety.
Do you find, maybe in your case not, but do you find a big turnover in members of bands? It seems that every time a band comes into town, they get 4 new guys or 3 new guys.
Yeah, well, his music is getting very hard now, and with the economy and it's just a family, it's very hard on a family, very hard, because like you have to run the road with your band, and then you got to leave your wife home and your kids home, and you're away from home for months at a time, and which a lot of people don't understand the way we live. They think is all
fun and games.
All fun and games, and we go out to have a good time, get drunk and everything else every night. And they were all family men, most of them.
Now you wrote both songs in your single, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You're also a self-penned writer.
Yeah, that was my first try at writing, and it came out pretty good. I wrote Jeanie in Newfoundland over 14 years ago when we were on tour.
Is that a true song?
Parts of it, yeah. Most countries is all taken from an accident or you see something happening.
In a little country village that I passed through, on my way last night to do a show, I met little Jeanie by the wayside. Jeanie had no place to go. Her eyes, they shone just like diamonds. Her hair, it was like pure gold. But Jeanie, she was waiting by the wayside. Jeanie had no place to go. Yes, Jeanie had no place to go. I saw the wreck just about a mile down the highway. Then I realized why little Jeanie was all alone. For the wreck, it just had taken both her loved ones. Now Jeanie has no place to go. As the car, it slowly drove away, and the crowd all seemed to gather round little Jeanie. Through the tears in my eyes, I could see her smiling. Jeanie, she waved goodbye. Jeanie, don't you cry. Jeanie, don't you cry. Jeanie, don't you cry.
I have one more question for you before we go. Is there anything in the business that you would like to see changed? Anything that's not going quite the way you think it should, or something that you would like to see make a turnaround?
Oh, I guess you can pick out a lot of bad points on the business. Is that every business has their ups and downs and their problems. Ours is a lot. Is that because we're on the scene so much and we're all recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that we do or say can either hurt you or help you.
Be smart enough to avoid the pitfalls.
Well, not too many of us are that way.
After 25 years, I think you know where they all are, and you won't be falling into anymore. We thank you for
try to
joining
say
us.
them. I thank you very much, and the show. Thank you very much.